The ground split open the moment Tunde broke the egg. A sharp crack echoed through the forest as the shell shattered against the stone, and a strange golden substance spilled out, but it didn't flow like liquid. It pulsed. It gathered. It rose. Tunde stumbled back, his heart racing. What is this? Before he could move, the glowing mass stretched upward and formed the shape of a human figure. His breath caught. No, this isn't real. From behind him, Zainab pushed through the bushes. Tunde! I heard a noise. She froze mid-step. The glowing figure stood still, watching them. What did you do? She whispered. I didn't mean to break it, Tunde said quickly. It slipped. The figure stepped forward. The ground beneath it darkened instantly. Zainab grabbed Tunde's arm. We need to go. Now. They turned and ran, branches whipping past them as fear drove their legs faster than ever before. But before they could escape, a voice stopped them. You opened me. They froze. The voice was deep, unnatural, echoing like many voices speaking at once. Tunde slowly turned back. I didn't know what it was. The figure tilted its head. It does not matter. Zainab tightened her grip. Tunde. But it was too late. The figure raised its hand. Far in the distance, a loud scream erupted from the village. Both of them turned toward the sound, panic rising instantly. That came from the village, Zainab said. Tunde's stomach dropped. We have to go back. When they reached the village, chaos had already begun. People ran in all directions. A hut burned with a strange golden fire. And at the center of it all, someone lay lifeless on the ground. What happened? Tunde asked a man rushing past. The light, the man shouted. It touched him and he just dropped. Tunde turned slowly, and there it was. The glowing figure stood at the edge of the village, watching him. Followed him. Zainab saw it too. Tunde, it came because of you. His chest tightened. I think you're right. The figure stepped forward again. I am here to collect, it said. Tunde frowned. Collect what? Before the figure could answer, an old voice cut through the panic. Stop! Everyone turned. An elderly man, Baba Al-Yamide, stepped forward with a staff in hand, his face filled with urgency. What did you release? He asked sharply. Tunde swallowed. An egg. I broke it. The old man's face hardened instantly. That was no ordinary egg. The figure turned to him. You remember? Baba Al-Yamide nodded slowly. I remember the bargain. Tunde looked between them. What bargain? The old man sighed. Years ago, this village asked for prosperity, rain, wealth, protection. And they got it, the figure added. Zainab's voice trembled. At what cost? The old man hesitated. A life. One life for every season of blessing. Silence fell. Tunde's eyes widened. That's impossible. It happened, Baba Al-Yamide said, until the village refused to continue. They tried to cheat me, the figure said coldly. So they sealed you, Tunde realized. The old man nodded. Inside that egg, the figure's glow intensified. But he broke the seal. It pointed at Tunde. He brought the debt back. Tunde shook his head. I didn't know. Another villager suddenly collapsed. Then another. Panic exploded again. Zainab turned to Tunde. We have to stop this. Tunde looked at the old man. How? Baba Al-Yamide's voice grew heavy. There is only one way. Tell me, Tunde said. The spirit must be bound again, the old man replied. But not in an object. Tunde frowned. Then where? The old man met his eyes. In a person. Zainab stepped back. No. Tunde's heart pounded. You mean, someone has to contain it? Yes, Baba Al-Yamide said. From the inside. Tunde looked at the chaos around him. The fear. The bodies. Then back at the figure. If someone does this, will it stop? He asked. For a time, the figure answered. Zainab shook her head. That's not enough. It's all we have, Tunde said quietly. He stepped forward. I'll do it. Zainab grabbed him instantly. No. You don't even know what will happen to you. Tunde looked at her. His voice steady despite the fear. If I don't, more people will die. Tears filled her eyes. There has to be another way. There isn't, he said. The figure watched, almost amused. A willing vessel, it said. Baba Al-Yamid began drawing symbols on the ground. Stand here, he instructed. Tunde stepped into the center without hesitation. Zainab stayed close, refusing to leave. The air grew heavy as the old man began chanting. Tunde, he warned. Once this begins, there is no turning back. I understand, Tunde said. The figure stepped into the circle. You offer yourself, it said. Yes. Then say it. Tunde took a deep breath. I give myself willingly to restore what was broken. The ground shook. Light surged from the figure and slammed into Tunde's body. He screamed. It felt like fire tearing through him, like something too powerful forcing its way inside. Hold on, Baba Al-Yamid shouted. Do not fight it, contain it. I can't. Tunde cried. Zainab moved closer. Look at me. Stay with me. He focused on her voice, on her face. I won't let you hurt them, he said through clenched teeth. The light wrapped around him, then slowly began to settle. The shaking stopped. Silence followed. Tunde collapsed to his knees, breathing hard. It's done, Baba Al-Yamid said. Zainab rushed to him. Tunde, are you okay? I think so, he said weakly. But then his body twitched. A faint glow flickered under his skin. It's still there, he whispered. The old man nodded. You are the seal now. That night, Tunde couldn't sleep. Something moved inside him. Not constantly, but enough to remind him. The next morning, another villager collapsed. Zainab's face drained. I thought it stopped. So did I, Tunde said. Pain suddenly gripped his chest. He fell to his knees as the glow returned, stronger than before. It's not contained, he gasped. Baba Al-Yamid's voice shook. The binding is failing. Zainab grabbed Tunde. Fight it. I can't hold it forever, he said. He looked at her, a calmness settling over him. I have to finish this. Before she could stop him, he stood and ran. Tunde, stop, she cried, chasing after him. But he didn't stop. He ran deep into the forest, back to where it all began. The broken shell still lay there. He collapsed beside it, breathing hard as the glow consumed him. You cannot escape, the voice said. I'm not trying to, Tunde replied. You wanted a vessel. You got one. The light surged violently. And now you stay with me. The ground trembled. The light exploded outward in a blinding flash. Then silence. Back in the village, Zainab saw the distant light and stopped running. Tunde, she whispered. When they returned to the forest later, there was nothing. No body. No spirit. Just the broken shell. Days passed. The death stopped. Life slowly returned. But Zainab stood at the edge of the forest, staring into the distance. You said you wouldn't leave, she murmured. The wind moved gently through the trees. She didn't know if he was gone, or still out there. And maybe the debt was only waiting. If you enjoyed this story, make sure you like this video, subscribe for more powerful African stories, and drop a comment. Do you think Tunde is truly gone, or still alive somewhere?